am officially declaring a national emergency.
CDC is reporting more than 1,500 cases of COVID-19.
Austin ISD telling employees, students, and their families they are closing campuses indefinitely.
Countries try desperately to contain COVID-19.
For me, it's very easy to forget that we've been out of school for almost a year now. Whenever I think about it, it does make me really sad because I think we're missing out on that school community that we would get in person.
It was really weird not being in person at school this year because, I'm not going back because I am a senior, so I don't think I'll have the opportunity to ever go back and experience what I thought I was going to experience in my senior year.
It just kind of feels depressing and really different. It feels like a different world.
It feels really weird not being in school for almost a whole year just because of how different online school is than regular school.
It almost feels like it's just been summer for the last year and I've just kind of been having, these daily tasks to do.
We haven't met any of our teachers or any new classmates, so that is something that we're missing out on this year for sure.
Football games, lunch, passing period, just having those small connections in classes, Zoom calls, you're not talking to people like the little small talk you would get in a class.
I do miss school because I miss my friends and I just miss the interactions I had every single day. Things just saying hi to the teacher in the hall, I never get to do that anymore.
I really miss live lessons and interacting labs and that kind of thing. So I definitely prefer in-person.
I learned how to study for myself instead of just relying on teachers recapping what we learned in class.
I've learned more responsibility on my end and where to distribute my energy and prioritize some classes.
We definitely do need to socialize in school, and that's a really big part of being at school. So I think that's something that I will look forward to going back to in person.
I think overall that online school has taught me a lot of life skills, like how to manage my time better, stay organized, and be accountable for my own time, learning, and everything.
It's a lot harder than everyone thinks it is. I used to always joke that I'm going to do online school just because I was sick of going to school in general. But, now that I've been doing remote learning for almost a year, it's definitely difficult.
I've definitely learned how to value my time and to learn how to get stuff done and not put things off, and definitely manage my time along with work.
I have noticed that since I get a little bit of extra free time, I'm able to allocate that to homework and cut down on some of my weekend homework a lot at the times.
The biggest challenge of this past year for me was definitely staying motivated and getting my work done. I think that once I found a schedule where I was able to incorporate my tennis, art, and school, then I was really able to be more successful. But that was hard for me to find at the beginning.
I think especially, kind of being forced to being at home, you're so used to being, relaxed and comfortable and lazy at home. And so it's definitely hard to, get up every day and get my stuff done and stay productive.
I think I can speak for everyone when I say there was a very big mental aspect to quarantine on teens. It really put a lot of people down, and I saw a lot of people struggling, and I myself struggled for a very long time.
The biggest challenge for me this past year on the top of my head was definitely working in the holidays during a pandemic. You're seeing a lot more people. It's very scary.
Something I've learned about myself this last year is that I kind of like being, independent. I'm kind of a little bit introverted, I definitely am a social butterfly, but I've learned a lot that I actually enjoy, spending time by myself.
I was really worried about having to learn by myself, and I'm in orchestra, so I was worried about having to play the instrument by myself and doing all these things by myself, but I realized that I could.
Quarantine has definitely done a lot for me, and I've definitely found more of myself and just embraced myself. I've learned to not care as much about what other people think and embrace who I am and who I want to be.
Overall, with Corona, I've been extremely appreciative of my culture and race in this climate, in this very difficult climate. It's just kind of taught me how to be aware of situations and how to act on, hate crimes in my community.
I definitely think that I've grown a lot in this past year. I think I've learned more about myself and what I actually enjoy to do and what I want to spend my time doing. I think I've grown to appreciate time with my friends and my family more, as that time is a lot more limited and hard to come by. And so overall, while this has been a really hard year, I'm grateful for the growth that I've had.